Hello and welcome to Channel's Book Club. I am Olakunle Kasumo. All over the world, entrepreneurship has become a very serious subject. Experts agree that it is the key to unlocking wealth, creating employment, and promoting innovation. In this book titled Our Entrepreneurship Mandate, the subject of entrepreneurship is extensively explored, from general tips for budding and established entrepreneurs to the consideration of entrepreneurial policies required for promoting entrepreneurship at societal levels. The book seems like one that entrepreneurs, developmental professionals, and policymakers can find useful. Its author is Ola Grace, a lady who has dedicated much of her life over the last decade promoting, teaching, supporting, and practicing entrepreneurship. She was trained as a lawyer and is a member of the World Bank Youth Forum and the Young African Leaders Initiative Network. Ola is also a World Bank trained developmental specialist. She joined us to review her book and discuss her passion, entrepreneurship. Ola, thank you for joining us on Channel's Book Club.
Thank you very much.
Now, entrepreneurship, as common as the word is, as understood as it is within certain circles, I still think to a lot of people, particularly in developing nations, a developing nation like Nigeria, it's still a big word, a complex word. So I would like to start from here, how you have defined who an entrepreneur is. Let's break it down. Let's start from here, from your book. In page 21, who is an entrepreneur? You said an entrepreneur is someone who initiates a new business, not necessarily a new idea, or could be someone who collaborates on a new business idea with the attendant risk of failure, and is often the person saddled with pivotal roles and co-operations or control of the company, especially at inception. Is the critical word there, initiates?
That's the critical word.
So an entrepreneur is somebody who starts a new venture.
You have to start a new venture to be an entrepreneur. You have to start something new, because that's even the word itself, entree. So it's initiation, and that's what makes you an entrepreneur. It doesn't have to be a new idea. If 50 people are already making clothes and you choose to start up your own clothing line, you are still an entrepreneur. But you are a starter. You just have to be a starter to be an entrepreneur.
An entrepreneur. Yes. So you are saying, and then if we focus on business and money making, profit making, then we'll be talking more specifically about business entrepreneurship. Is that correct?
True.
That's what I saw from your book.
True.
Somebody who starts a business or a venture to make money or to make profits, and so on. Okay. Your argument in this book, from my observation, reading through, is Africa, and Nigeria particularly, is in desperate need of more people to start new ventures.
Yes.
That can create wealth and jobs.
Yes.
Is that correct?
That's very correct. As a matter of fact, it is so desperate. We need to put entrepreneurship. That's why the title, it's a mandate. Because entrepreneurship has to be put at that level. Right now what we have is entrepreneurship is treated as, something for the youth to do. But it's more than that, even globally. It's not just about, this youth, let's just give them a vocational training and then, get them off the street. It's more than that. Because one, Africa is far behind. Our socioeconomic reality is abysmal when it comes to other parts of the world. And if you look at it, we are all talking about jobs. The truth is that the era of bloated workforce is gone, and it's gone for good. So now, for example, if you look at Nigeria, where we have about 170 million people, and at least 50% of that group are either unemployed or underemployed. That is, they are being paid very low compared to the basic standard of living that they should have. Then how do we mitigate that? The government cannot go from house to hand out monies to people. What you can do is entrepreneurship development has to be a major focus. And when we say entrepreneurship development, we're talking in a very broad perspective now, in such a way that there will be proper economic engagement that will enable people to have sustenance.
Okay, that's insightful. Let me read something here. Still, that page 21. You are not an entrepreneur only when you receive your first paycheck or cash, but right from the moment you set your heart, hands, and your all to build a productive enterprise. Build a productive enterprise. Now, in that first definition that you wrote, that I read, you said an entrepreneur is someone who initiates a new business. Okay, so my question is, there are millions of petty traders in Nigeria. The mama down the streets that sells sweets and that sells biscuits. The mama in the market who sells vegetables. My Fulani friend down the street who has a small shop and sells all sorts of things in there. My Igbo brother who sells spare parts, at somewhere near Oshodi and all that. Now, are they all entrepreneurs? Are these entrepreneurs?
Yes, they are.
They are all entrepreneurs.
They are all entrepreneurs. In fact,